guys, it's Megan. So welcome to episode 10 of my Wreck This Journal series. And as you guys can see, my Wreck This Journal is getting actually really fat, and I'm gonna have to put something there so that it can close the whole way soon. But, so in this episode, I'm gonna call this episode the episode of unfinished pages, because in this episode, I started a lot of pages, but, I still have more to do on them, but I still hope that you guys enjoy this video anyways. But before we get started, I just wanted to make a really quick announcement, and that is that I'm going to be at Playlist Live in DC on September 2nd and 3rd, so if you guys are going, make sure to comment and come say hi, because I would really love to meet some of you guys. And yes, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first page that I decided to do this week was the Turn This Book Into a Shoe page, and so this page is pretty self-explanatory. I just took an old Journeys catalog and also some just old magazines, and I cut out a bunch of random shoes, and then I just made a collage around the little shoe that they provided. And here's what the page looks like so far, and I'll definitely end up doing something to the left side of the page later, whether it's collaging something or maybe drawing a shoe or something. But yeah, I really like how this page came out. The next page that I decided to do this week was the Pick Up the Journal Without Using Your Hands page, and so here's just a clip of me doing that. So I picked it up using my elbows and my feet. And the picking up with my elbows was actually a little bit harder than I expected, but doing it with my feet was pretty easy. And so now on to decorating this page. So I took this sticker thing. I mean, it's not a sticker because I printed it out from the internet, but I know that these used to be stickers that they sold at Hot Topic, and I thought that this was an original idea, but I saw that somebody else already did it, but I still wanted to do it anyways, because at least it's not Harry Potter, because literally everybody does Harry Potter for this page. So I just went ahead and glued that on there, and then I drew a little rainbow design around the T-Rex. So here's what the page looked like when it was done, and this is definitely a pretty simple page, but I still really like it. The next page that I did was the Cut Through Several Layers page, and I kind of cheated for this because I made snowflakes and I cut through several layers when making the snowflakes, but anyways, so I had all these little bits left over from cutting out the snowflakes, so I decided to use them in making a collage on the page. So I just used a regular glue stick to glue down all of the little pieces, and this actually kind of took longer than I would expect, but I found out later that if you just kind of put glue and then put the pieces down instead of trying to put glue on each individual piece, it'll go a lot faster. But anyways, so then for the next page, I wanted to use watercolor, and also I feel like the page before that was something that maybe you had to cut it out or something like that. So I went ahead and I traced a separate sheet of paper on around the book, and then I used watercolor and colored it blue. And once the watercolor was dry, I went ahead and cut out the page, and then I glued on all of the snowflakes. And then to attach the page to the book, I used some clear packing tape, and I covered both pages with a layer of clear packing tape because they had so many bits of paper on them, and I didn't want the paper to fall off, so I covered them in packing tape. So here's how the finished page came out, and I think that this is a creative way to get around it if you don't actually want to cut through several layers of the book. The next page that I did was the Figure Out a Way to Attach These Pages Together page, and for this I decided that I wanted to do kind of a pop-up book or a pop-up card, and this would have taken me so long to explain, and I actually got the instructions for this card from a blog that I'm going to link for you guys down below if you're interested in learning how to make it. But anyways, I just made the pop-up card and then I stuck that into the book, and I'm in love with how this turned out, honestly guys. I mean, it took so long, but it's so worth it. So there are actually two ways that the two pages are attached. So the first way is through this ribbon, and I use this ribbon to tie the two pages together, and this just makes it so that it is a little bit flatter. And the second way is that it is this pop-up book, and this did take me a while to make, but I just have two ghosts up here. It's like a Halloween theme, and there's this pumpkin, and then even inside of the doors there is this little cauldron. And I really love this, and I will link you guys to the tutorial down below. And the next page that I did was, this page is a sign, what do you want it to say? And so I decided to write my favorite quote on this page, which is from the movie/book Girl Interrupted, and this is something that Lisa said, which Lisa in the movie, she was played by Angelina Jolie, and so I don't really think that I tried with the drawing. And the quote is, razors pain you, rivers are damp, acid stains you, drugs cause cramps, guns aren't lawful, nooses give, gas smells awful, you might as well live. And this is actually from, I think, a poem by somebody, but I just always think of it as being from Lisa from Girl Interrupted. And I decided that just having pencil lines made her look a little bit washed out, so I went ahead and I went over all of my lines with a black marker. So here's how the finished page came out, and I definitely really love this page, and I might do something with the background, or I might do something on the left side of the page. Maybe I'll put Susanna and put a quote from Susanna on the left side of the page, but anyways, I just really like this page. I don't know. The next page that I worked on was the Do Some Rubbings with a Pencil page. So I got this denim scrapbook paper from Michaels and I glued that onto the left side of the page, and then I attached some rubbings that I did over some enamel pins that I have. And as you can see, they did not fill up the whole page, but I actually ordered a bunch of pins off of Etsy and they're coming soon, so I will have to update you guys with all the rest of the pins. And for the right side of the page, I decided to paint it with a layer of pink acrylic paint, and then I decided to do some rubbings of some other things. So I did a rubbing of this mint tin that I have, and it's like a Ouija board mint tin, and it's really cute, and so I did that. And then I also did some rubbings of some pressed pennies that I got on my vacation earlier this summer to the Grand Canyon. So here's what the page looks like so far, and surprisingly, I've never seen anybody do anything like this before. I mean, I don't really know why, but so on the left side, I just have the enamel pins, and the right side, I just have the Ouija board mints and the pressed pennies, and I'm going to be adding some more pins and pressed pennies as I collect them. I also decided to do the tear out and crumple page this week as well, so I just went ahead and I cut this page out of the book, and then I crumpled it up into a ball, and then I dipped it in some paint. And so first I dipped it into some pink paint, and then I let that dry, and then dipped it into some purple paint and let that dry, and then dipped it into some gold paint and let that dry. And once the page was dry, I flattened it out the best that I could, and then I taped it back into the book. So here's how the finished page came out, and I feel like this page is definitely more about the process than how it actually looks at the end, but I still kind of like it. I also started the page for handprints and fingerprints page, and so I just painted my hands purple and pressed them onto the page. So here's how the finished page came out, and this is another one of those pages that definitely isn't finished, and I'll have to do something with the background later. So the last page that I worked on this week was the Document Your Dinner page, and I had grilled cheese and tomato soup the other day, and I saved the label from the tomato soup can, and I traced that 4 times onto another sheet of paper and colored that in kind of like Andy Warhol style, but I didn't make the colors dark enough, and I'm pretty sure I should have used markers instead of colored pencils to do this, or I should have pressed down harder, but I still like it. And then I took the label and I taped it together to make sort of like a pocket. And then I glued it onto the right side of the page, and I'll probably end up doing something with the background later, but I just decided to leave it blank for now, and I will probably put something in the pocket that I made to be kind of like another secret message. So here's what the page looks like so far, and comment down below what I should put in this pocket, because I have no idea honestly, but I just thought it would be cool to make it into a pocket. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and as always, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one, and make sure to follow me on Instagram, Musical.ly, Tumblr, and YouNow. They are all Weller Megs, and yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!